Hello and good evening everyone. I welcome you all to India's largest e-learning platform, Unacademy, and I welcome you all to GATE Conqueror channel. This is Antenna's CTQ series, Concepts Through Question series. Very important series to learn concepts through questions. We are into part 9 of Antenna's Concepts Through Question series. Before we start the class, let me introduce myself. Just a second here. I'm G Reddy, having 15 plus years of experience in teaching, guiding and mentoring GATE and ESE aspirants. Work as motivational speaker pan-India for the past 12 years. Expert in field theory and communications. This is the official link where you can join us on Telegram. The advantage of joining us on Telegram is that you get a personal level assistance from all the GATE Conqueror faculties. The good news for all the GATE Conqueror followers is that 4 new educators added to our channel. They got recently launched. Very soon they are going to start YouTube sessions. Now we got a full-fledged team who can teach in English, and we are gearing up to go and complete GATE 2023 and Engineering Services 2023 comprehensively. So that is what we are trying to target. To accomplish this, we will be starting the completion of syllabus for GATE 2023 and IES 2023 very soon. And I take this responsibility of completing EMFT, electromagnetic field theory, for ECE, for both GATE and ESE exams. And I will be finishing off electromagnetic fields for electrical for both GATE and ESE exams. I will be finishing off communications for ECE, for GATE and ESE. I will be finishing communications for electrical for ESE. I will be finishing advanced communications for ECE, for engineering services. So these subjects are my responsibility, dear. I will try to finish of all these subjects in time. Get you ready for GATE and ESE 2023. Unacademy offers two paid platforms. One is Plus subscription, other is Iconic subscription. In Plus subscription, you got to have the face time of legendary faculties in the form of live classes, weekly test, structured courses, unlimited access, rank improvement batches, and crash courses. In Iconic, we have all these features. Along with that, we have a personal coach for one-on-one guidance, dedicated doubt clearing educators to clear your doubts within 24 hours, preparatory study material, personalized test analysis, study booster sessions, and customized study planner. It shall be helped out by your personal coach. Whether you go for a Plus subscription or Iconic subscription, I recommend you to go for a no-cost EMI. The total cost will be divided by number of months without any extra cost. Moreover, you can use our team code KNR10 to avail extra 10% off deal. Iconic subscription, 1:1 live mentoring, increasing your chance of getting a top rank. For GATE and ESE Iconic subscription includes a personal coach for 1:1 live mentoring, online study material, priority in Ask a Doubt, live doubt solving, study booster sessions, priority in classes using raise a hand option, open house with educators, community learning, and all the benefits of Plus. With Iconic subscription, you can take your preparation to the next level, dear, improving your chances of getting a top rank. And there's a wonderful offer going on Plus subscription. Today is the last date for it. 14th of April is the last date. Today is the last date. With every 12-month subscription, we're ready to give away 2 months subscription extra or free. And with every 24-month subscription, we are ready to give away 3 months subscription free. Hello Bhaskar, how are you? How is your preparation going on? How is your preparation going on, Bhaskar? Yeah, good to hear. How much rank did you score in 2022? Are you preparing only for GATE or GATE and ESE, dear? We also get this free physical notes at GATE Iconic subscription, 1 year and above. These physical notes are prepared by India's top educators, where you have comprehensive syllabus coverage, solved examples to build your problem solving skills, available for electrical, EC, mechanical, civil and computer science. Network classes will start from Monday. and the notes will be dispatched in the last week of May year. With this wonderful notes, you increase your chances of getting a top rank. To avail extra 10% off, you can use your team code KNR10. This is Unacademy Lite subscription, which is a mix of topic and subject-wise mock test. You get access to structured test series with this Lite subscription, and also you will be given detailed solutions and performance analysis. Writing test series is a very important part of any preparation or preparation for any exam year, because this writing mock test is a very important practice, and no one wants to go to the exam directly, dear. If you are going to the exam directly without any practice, then definitely you will face the problems of not understanding how to manage the time and how many questions you need to write and what is the benchmark. See, understanding benchmark is very important. In GATE, you have 65 questions. If you understand the benchmark, you need not attempt anything more than 55. Attempting 55 is more than enough. But if you don't know this, what you try to do is you try to attempt more and more number of questions, that means you are trying to over attempt it. That's also a very big loss. So you should never over attempt it. Doing under attemption is also a very big problem. But doing over attemption, or you are trying to attempt more number of questions than required, is also a very important thing that plays a role in deciding your rank. Because you are trying to attempt more number of questions and you are trying to give less time or less average time for each question, the chances that you make a mistake will become high. So you must know what is the optimum number of questions you need to attempt, and you get that expertise once you start writing these mock tests. And these mock tests are those which are designed by IITians, so naturally you will have that edge of writing good mock test, which increases your chances of cracking the exam very easily. You can subscribe using our team code KNR10. This is Unacademy Ask a Doubt feature, where you can ask unlimited number of doubts, and this is available on website and app. You can ask 3 doubts at a go. And just a second here, I'm trying to hide this. You can get the solution in your preferred language. It's also very easy to ask your doubt. Just click, crop and submit. If you are having any doubts in your preparation journey, subscription or latest offers, you can get in touch with our counselor. And this is the number where you can contact our counselor. These are special class features which includes interactive live classes, polls for the learners, raise a hand option. You never miss a class when the notification is on. You can download the lecture notes then and there once the class is done, and you can access any time and anywhere as you're doing now. These are the new batches, dear. To enroll into any of these new batch, you can use our code KNR10. This is a verb batch for GATE 2024. For electrical explained in English, started yesterday. The Spark batch for GATE 2023 started on April 13 yesterday. for electrical explained in English. Web batch for GATE 2024 for ECE explained in English started April 13 yesterday. Spark batch for GATE 2023 for ECE explained in English started yesterday. For all this you can use our code KNR10 to avail extra 10% off, dear. We are into antennas, CTQ series, concept 3 question series, and as I told you, I take this responsibility to finish EMFT and EMF comprehensively. Coming to EMFT, this EMFT has 5 modules in it, in which module 1 is elements of EMF theory. Module 1 is elements of EMF theory, which is common for ECE and electrical. Already we have created a playlist on this with 40 videos and 50 hours of content. It's a wonderful playlist, dear. Then we went for module 2. Most probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow we'll try to finish off module 2, which is EM wave propagation. Which is for ECE. We had created a playlist for this too. With 15 videos and 30 hours of lecture. Module 3, as I told you, will start this Monday. Parallelly, Module 4. Module 3 is transmission lines. And Module 4 is waveguides. Module 5 is optical fiber communication and antennas. For these antennas too, like never before, we have created a playlist which is having 18 videos, 38 hours of content. So OFC, of course, not started. I'll try to create some 8 to 10 hours of content for this. And transmission lines and waveguides together, we have around 90 hours of content. So the playlist so far is for module 1, 50 hours, module 2, 30 hours, module 3, 38 hours, total 118 hours of content is already available on our app, and I'll be planning around 1 or 2 more hours of content in the form of module 2 and in the form of module 2 last 10%. 90% of the syllabus is completed here. For that last 10% of module 2, module completion of module 3 and module 4 and module 5 for the completion of OFC put together, I may require 102 more hours of content, which will make it an awesome 220 hours of content only for EMFT. Clear? Bhaskar and everyone, are you all ready? Let us start the questions then. Share the class among the maximum, dear. Share the class among the maximum WhatsApp groups that you have. Is everyone ready? We'll try to take up some questions. Are you all ready, dear? First question. First question. Try and answer this, dear. If an antenna is radiating circularly polarized wave, the polarization of the antenna is what's the answer, dear? If an antenna is radiated circularly polarized wave, if an antenna is radiating circularly polarized wave, the polarization of the antenna is. If an antenna is radiating circularly polarized wave, the polarization of the antenna is. Antenna in itself does not have any polarization. It does not have inherent polarization. It takes the polarization of the antenna. Antenna does not have any inherent polarization here. It takes the polarization of the wave. It takes the polarization of the wave. If the wave that is released by the antenna, if it is a linearly polarized wave, then the antenna is also said to be linearly polarized. If the wave that is released by the antenna is a circularly polarized wave, then the antenna is also said to be circularly polarized wave. If the wave that is released by the antenna is an elliptically polarized wave, then the antenna is also said to be elliptically polarized. And if the wave that is released by the antenna is an unpolarized wave, the antenna is also said to be unpolarized antenna. So the polarization of antenna depends on the polarization of the wave. Given the antenna is radiating circularly polarized wave, therefore polarization of the antenna is equal to polarization of the wave, which is circular polarization. Option B is the answer. Yes, correct. Next question. Okay, try and tell me this answer, dear. Tell me this answer, dear. If a transmitting antenna has output impedance of 50 ohm, and the same antenna is used as receiving or for receiving purpose, then the input impedance is dash ohm. I repeat, if the transmitting antenna has an output impedance of 50 ohm and the same antenna is used for receiving, then its input impedance is dash ohm. If a transmitting antenna, this is source, given the input signal, this is a transmitting antenna. If the transmitting antenna has an output impedance of 50 ohm, and if the same antenna is used as a receiving antenna, then its input impedance is, if the same antenna is used, then its input impedance is again 50 ohm. For transmitting antenna, whatever is output impedance, the same impedance will be the input impedance if the same antenna is used for receiving purpose. If there the output impedance is 50 ohm, therefore I can say when it is used as receiving antenna, its input impedance is also 50 ohm. Logical question here. Option C is the answer. Yeah, very good. Next question. Find this, dear. Find this. What's the answer here? Effectiveness ratio is given by effectiveness ratio is a measure of how effectively antenna is able to radiate or receive the signal. So I repeat it here, effectiveness ratio is a measure of how effectively antenna is able to radiate or receive the signal. So what is the symbol to measure effectiveness ratio? Anyone? How effectiveness ratio is measured? Effectiveness ratio is measured by the symbol alpha. Alpha represents effectiveness ratio. Option A is the answer. Range of effectiveness ratio. Effectiveness ratio, as I told you, is a measure of how effectively the antenna is radiating or receiving the signal. This effectiveness ratio is given by alpha. And range is 0 to 1. Option A is the answer. The formula for effectiveness ratio is, anyone please? What is the formula for effectiveness ratio? Formula for effectiveness ratio. Effectiveness ratio alpha is given by AE to AE max. Ratio of effective aperture area to maximum effective aperture area will give you effectiveness ratio. The ratio of effectiveness or effectiveness ratio is the ratio of effective aperture to maximum effective aperture area. This ratio is always between 0 and 1. So question number 5, option B is the answer. Scattering ratio is given by, alpha is effectiveness ratio. Then scattering ratio is given by beta, represents scattering ratio. Beta is referred as scattering ratio. Option B is the answer. Is that clear so far? Is that clear, dear? Range of scattering ratio is alpha is effectiveness ratio, and the range between 0 and 1. Beta is scattering ratio. Beta is scattering ratio. What's the range here? What's the range? Anyone? What is the range for this? 0 to infinity. Range of scattering ratio 0 to infinity. Formula for scattering ratio. Alpha is effectiveness ratio. Its range is between 0 and 1. Beta is scattering ratio. Effectiveness ratio alpha given by AE max. Beta is the scattering ratio. Its range is between 0 to infinity. Its formula scattering ratio, scattering aperture by effective aperture. Scattering aperture by effective aperture. Option C is the answer. Absorption ratio is given by alpha represents effectiveness ratio. And beta defines the scattering ratio. Alpha defines the absorption ratio. Effectiveness ratio is in between 0 and 1. Scattering ratio is between 1 and infinity. Absorption ratio, gamma, which is absorption ratio, this is 0 to infinity here. absorption ratio is given by gamma, which makes you understand about how absorbing of waves is done by the antennas. Gamma is also from 0 to infinity. Question number 9, option C is the answer. Question 10, range of absorption ratio is given by, effectiveness ratio alpha 0 to 1. Scattering ratio beta 0 to infinity. Absorption ratio gamma, which is also from 0 to infinity. So what is given? The range of absorption ratio gamma, scattering ratio beta, effectiveness ratio alpha. The range of absorption ratio is given by 0 to infinity. Option B is the answer. The formula for absorption ratio, effectiveness ratio alpha, is given as AE by AE max. Similarly, beta, the scattering ratio, the formula is given by AS by AE. Formula for absorption ratio, effectiveness ratio, AE by AE max, beta absorption ratio, AS by AE, absorption ratio, you can see here, absorption ratio, what I mean to say, scattering ratio, beta is AS by AE. Effectiveness ratio alpha is AE by AE max. Scattering ratio beta is AS by AE. And gamma, which is absorption ratio, is AE max by AB. Formula for absorption ratio. This is effectiveness ratio, this is scattering ratio, this is absorption ratio. Effectiveness ratio is given by AE by AE max, absorption ratio AE max by AP %. Effectiveness of the system is measured by value of alpha, which is AE by AE max. The scattering is measured by beta, AS by AE. And absorption ratio then by AE max by AB. AB is the physical aperture. AE by AE max, this is alpha, AS by AE beta, AE max by AP, gamma, the formula for absorption ratio. Option D is the answer. The formula for effective length given by V by E, unit volt, electric field volt per meter, that's meters. The formula for effective length is given by V by E, open circuit voltage by electric field. That's the formula for effectiveness ratio, V by E. There's a formula for this effective length. The effective length is given by V by E is volt per meter. So that will be in meters. Effective length in meters. These questions we'll deal in the next session, dear. These are some of the practice questions that we are dealt. We will do some more of them. Antennas, CTQ. Antenna CTQ 10. Any doubts you can ask, dear? Nachiket. Any doubts you can ask? Okay then, dear. So let us close the session for today. Good night and have a great day.